I'm gonna make a video because I haven't made a video in a long time, and I was just thinking about this, and it's absolutely insane. So I had to record it. Whether I upload this or not, we'll see. But the name of this video, and the name I thought of because of what the topic is on, is Synchronicities Disprove the Big Bang Theory. No one in this entire world, no one. Oh, I need the global Nobel Peace Prize for astrophysics. I won this one. I don't care. No one in this entire world can refute synchronicities. Why? Because I'm not speaking from other people's experience. I'm speaking from my own experience. My eyes are the only eyes I can see out of. You know what I mean? Like, my experience is the only experience that I can experience. So I'm not speaking for anybody else. I'm just speaking for my own personal experience. No one in this entire world can refute synchronicities. And synchronicities disprove the theory of everything just randomly coming about. Because to believe that everything randomly, just magically, randomly just popped out, the universe was just like, blah, I'm here. It's so illogical. Oh, I don't even want to get into that, but let's just focus on the topic, which is synchronicities. Synchronicities exist. They exist, and I believe they exist because I have experienced them. Not a couple times, not 10 times, not 100 times, thousands of times. Thousands of separate occasions where I'm sitting there like, that's not a coincidence. Do you know what I mean? Like, I'm not seeing my mother's birthday on this license plate and my sister's birthday on the license plate right next to each other. That's one example. Now multiply that times 1,000. Now, if you see one synchronicity and you're like, I'm thinking of this person, oh my gosh, I can't even think of their name. Oh, I needed to contact them about something. And then you see 7-Eleven on the license plate right next to you, and then it reminds you, oh, that's where I saw that person. I saw them at 7-Eleven, and oh, it was Brittany. Yeah, that's who has that thing that I need. Once again, that's one example. Like, if that happens once, it's already like, that wasn't random. My brothers and sisters, multiply it times 1,000. I've had over 1,000 synchronicities. What is synchronicities? Synchronicity is basically the opposite of random. It is the opposite of random. You cannot, like, there's certain numbers that I see, and I see them everywhere. And I always see the same ones. I have a couple numbers, like 3 or 4 numbers, that I always see randomly. And then the craziest part is my immediate family, brother, sister, mom, dad, once I actually found out their birthdays, because I didn't know what their birthdays were, so I was probably seeing it around anyway. I just didn't know it was their birthday. But once I found out their birthdays, I started seeing those numbers in addition to the 3 or 4 I was already seeing since like high school. Randomly, like completely without even planning it. You just look and you're like, oh, that's that number. At first I was just like, oh my gosh, that's that same number. That's 9/11. That's my number. It's, oh, 9/11. I saw that. Just over there. And then you see it again and you're just like, oh wait. I saw it on the clock. Like the time was 9/11, but now I'm seeing on this magazine it has 9/11. That's a double synchronicity. I saw 9/11 two times, and it was the place that I looked over here, and I immediately looked over here and I saw it again. That's a crazy coincidence. I mean, there's numerous examples to where it's just like, this isn't a coincidence. Look up and study synchronicities if you haven't heard of it. And I'm sure you've had it yourself. I'm sure other people, I mean, I've heard of other people being like, dude, I always see this number too. So that's just more proof that the world isn't random. The world is not random. The world did not randomly, magically create itself out of nothing. 0 plus 0 will never equal 1, no matter how many theories you throw at it. I'm tired of hearing all this garbage when I know the truth. I know the truth because it's my experience. Nobody can tell me it's not my experience. Nobody can tell me I'm delusional. I even have pictures. But the point is, it's like, it happens when you least are looking for it. That's the most significant part. Like, I could tell people, I'll be like, dude, I always see these numbers. I'm like, watch this license plate. And it'll never work. It'll literally only come to me when it comes to, like, the numbers will literally come to me, the synchronicities. And I'll just be like, is this the universe talking to me? Is this literally God talking to me? I'll give you one example. I was going to go and do something really stupid. Really stupid. I literally went and I drove there and I was in my car about to go do something really stupid. And I was just like, dang, I might regret this. This is pretty stupid. And then I look up, the car right in front of me. 6/11. That's my mom's birthday. And I literally, it was like a guardian angel. It was like God sent a guardian angel and said, put that license, but we got to speak to him somehow. This is ridiculous. We got to prevent him from doing this. And I go and I'm just like, oh my God, 6/11. I gotta get out of here, man. What would my mom be thinking right now? It could have been millions. Millions of different numbers. Do people not understand that? There is millions of license plate combinations. How am I always seeing my 4 family members, the 3 numbers that I usually see, 9/11 being one of them, other numbers being the other 2 or 3 or so. But the point is, it's synchronicities. Like, I have specific, unique numbers to where it's just like, you see it and you're just like, oh, that's my specific number that I always see. There could have been millions and millions of different combinations on that license plate. There could have been thousands of different, like, numbers. There could have been hundreds of different times that it could have been. It could have been 908. It could have been 909. It could have been 913. Why did I look at exactly as 9/11 as I was thinking of something profound? That's the other thing. It literally aligns with your thoughts. Like, I'll be thinking of my sister, and I look, it's 11/6. It's my sister's birthday. I look, I'm like, oh gosh, I was just thinking about her. I guess I do need to call her. Like, this is crazy stuff. And the point being, sharing my synchronicity testimony, because synchronicities are 100% real. 100% is provable through my life. And I hope other people can actually speak up if they know anything about this. Because at one point it was starting to creep me out. Because I was seeing it everywhere. And I was just like, this is starting to creep me out. Like, it's starting to make you feel like you're living in a simulation. Because it's just like it's so not random that it makes you feel like you're living in a simulation, because it's like, that's all right. Who's doing this? You literally start feeling like, I've literally seen so many synchronicities in a day. I think my highest is like 40 or 50. I'm not lying. I am not joking. I have no reason to lie. I've literally seen 40 to 50 plus synchronicities in one day, where I look at a random number, whether it be the time, whether it be a license plate. License plates are the main one, because I'm an Uber driver. I'm always driving around, looking around. I look at a random license plate. Like, I don't just drive around being like, let me look at all the license plate. Like, I'll be focusing, whatever. But it'll just hit me. It's like, oh, or I'll just randomly see one. That's, like I said, when it usually happens most. I'll just randomly see one. I'll be like, ugh. And I'll look at a car at the gas station off of the road. And I'll be like, oh my gosh, that's my number. And then I'll look at the car pull up, and I'll be like, oh my God, that's another one of my numbers. That's when it hits you the craziest. And I just looked at the time for the first time making this video, and it was my sister's birthday. What do you know? But when you look at the car on the side, you're just like, oh my gosh, that's one of mine. And then you get another, and you're like, oh my gosh, that's a double synchronicity. And here's when it's the craziest. When the song is playing, and the song literally, as you see your synchronicity to the left, you see your synchronicity to the right, the song is playing, and it says something about both those synchronicities, and then it's a triple synchronicity. I mean, it's like, dude, to me, this is the most insane thing I've ever witnessed in my life. It absolutely 100% is the most insane thing that I've ever experienced in my life, is synchronicities. Because it proves the universe is not random. Synchronicities are literally the opposite of random. It's so rare, it's so rare and like impossible of happening, and it still happens, and then it happens multiple times, and then you're like, oh my, this is impossible. Which means it's sent. It is designed. It is not random. The universe is designed by God. The universe did not randomly happen. And so basically, synchronicities disprove the Big Bang Theory. The Big Bang Theory implies that the universe was created randomly. And then all these, whatever they are, will argue that the universe can randomly create itself. Like, I saw one debate, it was like, I think it's called intelligent design theory or whatever. And they ask a question, something along the lines of, this is my own version of the question, screw whatever I heard. Can New York City create itself randomly? These people, these scientists, atheists, whatever they are, will literally sit there with a straight face and tell you, if it was around long enough, it would have. Bro. Oh my gosh, man. Oh, it's brainwashing from Satan. Let's be real, that's what it is. All these fake theories, all this garbage, it is brainwashing from Satan. The fish swam out, and the fish were just like crawling up on the sand, and then they just were like, I'm gonna be a monkey now. And then the monkeys were like, let's just like be humans. Like, the stardust was just like, I just want to start. And the stardust was just like, start. Whoa. Do you not understand how stupid that is? Like, bro, it's not random. Synchronicities has to do with the entirety of the universe. Whatever universe we're in, the experience you're living, if the universe and God, but I can't claim that because I don't know. Like I said, this is just, I don't know where the synchronicities are coming from. But to me, it tends to lead me in a positive direction. It tends to lead me closer to God. So I imply and assume it comes from God, but who knows? That's what I'm trying to figure out. But my point is, it is real. It is absolutely real. And it disproves all these theories about randomness. Because if the synchronicities, like I said, are within the universe and they are not random, they are of the universe, but they are not random. Just like all the laws of the universe that happen to make the universe work, you can't have a universe with universal laws with somebody that didn't create the laws. The laws aren't going to create themselves. What law can create itself? There's not a single law in the Constitution. There's not a single law ever, anywhere, ever, that was just like, oh, I'm just gonna, that should I kill? Or like, like, you know what I mean? Like, don't do that. It's like, that doesn't happen. It's impossible. It doesn't matter how many billions of years goes by, New York City is not creating itself randomly. It's not happening. The universe, which is hundreds of times and thousands of times more complex than New York City, is not going to create itself and all the laws of the universe that come with it. It's not going to happen. Synchronicities prove that's not going to happen because the synchronicities are not random. The Big Bang Theory is randomness. The universe is not random. Synchronicities prove it. I've had them, and I'm sure hundreds others have. Maybe I've had them even more. I mean, like I said, 40 to 50 in a day is my highest. If anybody's had more than that, where they literally like let's say you have 5 numbers that you consistently see at the craziest moments, and there's millions upon millions and millions and millions and millions and millions of different number combination possibilities, millions, and you see 55 in one day, 48 in one day, whatever, that's like winning the lottery 100 times in 100 different countries. The mathematics don't add up, people. It's mathematically impossible to be random to see that many synchronicities in one day. It's not random. It happened to be when I was the most successful and the most rich and the most happy and the most, like, I was in sync with my most, like, euphoria ever. And that's when I was seeing the most. So I don't know how that plays into it, but the point is, synchronicities surely disprove the Big Bang Theory.